Hello everybody, James Rink here. It is December 27th, 2018, and today I have two exciting guests again with us, Jessica Ariel Morocco, and of course her website is Readings by Ariel, and she is a psychic, intuitive, clairvoyant, and I guess she also does channeling. So she's going to be sharing her perspective for some of the questions that we have for Peter, who is also with us. Peter, the insider, works for the ACIO, I call them the Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Although officially they are the Advanced Contact Intelligence Organization. And Peter is head of Division 12, and I guess his job is responsible for act as a liaison between different extraterrestrial races and, of course, us here on planet Earth. So, without any further ado, welcome to the show. How about we just go ahead and introduce Jessica? So, again, it is December 27th. Did you have a good Christmas, or do you celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, I had a very nice Christmas and spending time with friends and family. So, thank you very much for asking. I hope you had the same.
Yeah, I did. It was good as much as it could be for a Monarch family. And so, Peter, welcome. Are you there?
Thank you. So I just, do my stuff because it's like complicated things for time, complicated time for us because for us in ACIO because many things are going on. That's the stuff.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the first question. There was a recent earthquake in Indonesia. I guess they say it was an underwater volcano. Is there anything there, a conspiracy that we need to talk about, or is it all just natural earth changes?
No, first things first, okay? Because we need to make things straight, very straight and clear. Why do you think that once we will talk about things, respectively, call the things right way, it will be conspiracy? Because I don't know. It's like it's weird from my point of view. Because I mean, of course, it's normal because it's like freedom of speech. But why do you think that it will be only we need to call it conspiracy? Of course, from mainstream media point of view, it will be conspiracy, not a big deal. But why do you think so?
Well, it's as far as different perspectives. Certainly, the news media has their perspective. I just want to hear what your perspective is on the situation.
Yeah, because what we know about this, that it was another HARP, HARP effect test from one, respectively, from first point of view. And yeah, it is very good that you did that. I mean, it's not good what we are seeing right now, but that's good as image documentation, if we want to call it this way. So I think that from this point of view, they have another solid evidence that HARP is very effective. But the problem, at least from my point of view, the problem is that Monarch is trying to make themselves, if you want to call it this way, themselves so confident, respectively self-confident, that they are doing what they are doing, and they are doing it right, respectively in a good way, and they are affecting practically everything uh, I'm talking about Alaskan University in Gakona, I think it is, and officially, of course, officially, right? And the stuff is that they are messing up with time even more and more and more, and that's pretty much it what they are doing. And I don't know if it is good idea how to do this. I mean, how to prove if it is if it is working properly or not.
Right. Okay. But why? So why do they want to do another test in HARP? I mean, surely that technology's been around for at least 40 years, if not more, since the time of Tesla. What else? How much more experimentation do they need?
Technically, because they think that once it will be in a perfect phase, so praise, I mean, like it will be working very good together with their own system. I'm talking about the MSL Monarch system, right? So it will have, like good, I mean, big advantages. And I don't know if they know what will, how can I say that, what will this cause? I mean, like all the consequences. I don't believe they know. I don't believe it. No.
Okay, so they're just trying to experiment to see what the outcome would be.
If you wanna call it this way, let's go with it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like it, but it's, for me at least, it is funny because I don't know. They are acting like little children. This is absolutely crazy.
And do you think the people that were behind this test are they racist? Do they value any of these people's lives?
No, I don't wanna think that they are racist because they are doing crazy stuff in U.S. inland too, and it's like
I mean, they don't do a test like this, say in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh no, I'm talking about U.S. inland, right?
Right.
For example, how it is possible that in large states as I'm talking about, like Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, or Colorado, those states, Nebraska, Kansas, crazy stuff is going on because it was ongoing and it's still, and there is practically nothing in local news, uh, too, and then outer US leader. It's crazy. For example, how many people know that it was like in they don't want to get, for some, for no particular reason, they don't want to get uh, to this big airport in Chicago, and it was like in Wisconsin. They want to land with this airplane in somewhere in Wisconsin, in the middle of nowhere, and 250 people die, and it, nobody knows about it. Nobody knows about it, and it happened like 2 or 3 days before today, this year's Christmas, for example. I have no clue practically, and one investigative journalist, uh, discovered this, and nobody knows, even local media. Nobody knows about this. you know. So it's practically the same. They are doing what they are doing. Uh, they get a wrong idea, for me, terrible idea, that they are untouchable and they can do whatever they want and wherever they want, all around the world.
Peter, isn't there a high level of missing children or missing people in that area in Wisconsin?
No.
Because I have seen reports on that there's just a lot of missing people, abductions, or they don't know if it's abductions, but they're just missing people.
Yeah, but this is the very strange situation in this area. We talked, we together on your shows, that therefore those people in those areas, they are buying those small pendulum, you know, they are hanging yes, they are hanging from the, you know, like from those triangles, and they are doing it for no particular reasons. Yeah, this is everything what we are talking about, this, because California, okay, it is out of how can I say that, out of range, but look at this, Maryland, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and all kind of this. So it's practically
everywhere.
Yeah, but especially it is situated on US northeast. So
Wisconsin, Michigan.
Yeah.
Those areas.
And this is it.
Minnesota.
On Wisconsin, I don't know.
Well, look at Maryland. Maryland is not a very populous state. So it shows you there's must be some kind of experiments going on. See?
Yeah, I just don't want to tell. I just want to tell you that it was somewhere in Wisconsin. I don't know when exactly it happened, but it wasn't so you know, like far away. It was like even less than 200 miles, even less. Okay, and from Chicago, and bam, this airplane, they want to land in some local you know, airport with very bad conditions, and I mean, it wasn't maintained well, and it was crazy you know, weather conditions. It was heavy fog and blah blah blah. So totally against how can I say that, all logical and safety reasons and blah blah blah. Of course the airplane crashed, and there is no single report about that. And do you know what was crazy? All corpse, and that's the stuff, all corpse of people, because all of them died, yeah, I mean, they're dead. All of corpse, they were able to find them. Children corpses, no single one, and they were like, I don't know, 45, 50 children. It's crazy. No single one children corpses, and it was like, I'm talking about like children, respectively, not even children. They were like early puberty, so it was like 12, respectively, 13 years old, something like that. So you are right, Jessica, that it's experimenting ongoing. That it's huge. They are huge numbers.
Well, yeah. In the other interview that you did on Disclosures on my show, you said that there were a lot of people that are missing, that they're wiping their memories of, which is upsetting.
But do you know what's crazy? I don't know if you catch the app that in this area, for no particular reason, people go to special shops and they start to buy those two triangles and you know, small pendulum. It's like from 4 to 6 inches tall, and the ball is in the very end of pendulum, and they are doing, you know, this crazy stuff with pendulum. And it is so weird, even for these sellers in the shops, that they reported it to local authorities. That it's so weird that it's some sort of how can I say that, black magic. How can I say that? Like you know, like, I don't want to say satanic, but some cult, sort of cult activities, and they reported it to local authorities. And we know that it is not like some random people told me. No, we have those reports in ACIO, you know, in Central.
Well, you also said that it had something to do with that type of CERN. That's that facility that's like
We can call it CERN, yeah.
It's synchrotron or whatever you call it.
Synchrotron, yeah, you are right.
So that they're aligning with that when they're using they're using that tool from the stores. So they're kind of synchronizing with it and
yes, because there are 12 very big pendulums under, I mean, you know, like in sub levels, and they figured out that once they will use, I don't know, crazy amount of small pendulums, it will make it work perfectly. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think that they figured out somehow, so maybe it will be true.
So that they're telepathically telling people to do it, so everyone just put down your pendulum, stop using it.
I don't think that they do it telepathically. I think that they hypnotize those people.
Oh.
Yesterday,
because people, what is very, how can I say that? What is noticeable, that small criminality is extremely growing through, I don't know, like last 2 or 2.5 years. I mean, like, you know, that people are angry to each other, and, you know, like fights, you know, between life partners, respectively, you know, husband and wives, and respectively between neighborhoods, you know, it's neighborhoods or something like that. So people are in this area like very aggressive, and it wasn't, of course it was always like that, but in, I don't know, 2.5, maybe last 3 years, it's absolutely crazy what's happening in this area. And it isn't like, oh, I'm just sitting here in front of computer and I made it up. No, it is from, you know, I'm talking about this via statistics, you know, from these states.
can you please explain what the connection is with Kevin Spacey with these dowsing rods, that not dowsing, pendulums?
No. Once again, okay. This synchronizer, you know, the heart of it, if you want to call it this way, are dozen pendulums. They want, because they want to work it as precise as they possibly can, and then because of this, they need to get as much small pendulums as they possibly can. Problem is, the normal, I'm talking about like common people, they need to buy small pendulums, and because of this, they need to hypnotize random people, common people, and so these people are so, how can I say that, they are so overdoing it. I mean, like, hypnotizing people again and again and again, that people are getting extremely aggressive for, you know, like very small, very tiny thing. Technically, like, it's just you know, normal thing. Why you are so upset for some random reason, you know? So this is it what I'm trying to say, okay?
Well, so essentially the timelines have collapsed because of the experiments that have been done to try
Yeah,
to
you are.
control us. So they're using
Yes.
this pendulum technology. I'm going to call it technology. Although
Yes, you are right.
to me, it seems really low tech, but I mean, because pendulum's been around for a long time. But so they're trying to predict the
Try
future.
to think. Try to think. Uh, it is respectively. It can be on low tech, or respectively, it can seems to be low tech on first sight. But try to think deeply. Okay. Uh, Now we have, it was LP, vinyl plates. Then was MC cassettes, then was like CDs, and now we got rid of the CDs, and we have only like MP3s, or I don't know, like FLAC or something like lossless audio format. But truth, you know, audio, lovers, they are still using what? LPs, because it's like, this is audio quality, and it's old style format. Normal people are laughing at it and say, are you serious? You are still listening to LPs? You are crazy. But this is it. Simple and old technologies are, I don't want to say always, but in most cases are most reliable. Do you know what I mean? It's something like that. Through all the times, once you went through, how can I say that? All the variety of technologies, and you got, those are audio files. I mean, not files like, but you are audiophile. You know that you love to hear audio through very high quality, like system or something. They love to hear, they love to hear it from LPs, and this is it. And this is something like that like, what's their problem? They are using old school and very simply tech, but once they figured out that it's most reliable, why the hell not? Something like, at least from my point of view, is easy.
Okay, so let's move on here to actually we were talking about this yesterday with Kevin Spacey on Jessica's show. And I just want to, I know we went into extensively, but I do want to mention that he is being arraigned on January 7th because Kevin Spacey, now it's been a while since we've discussed this on Super Soldier Talk, but he is the clone of the head of Monarch Solutions, Paul Serene. And they did that because they wanted to have Paul Serene wanted to have the notoriety, I guess, when he goes out in public. But now I guess it's a little bit too much notoriety because
yes, definitely they overdo it. Definitely they overdo it.
okay.
Sorry.
So, all right. So Kevin Spacey, he assaulted an 18-year-old boy who was the son of a Boston TV. Actually, is my screen? Okay, I'm going to share my screen. You can see this. This was on the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, which is amazing. We actually find it there, considering how suppressed information is in Canada. But he groped this boy at a restaurant, and so now he's going to be he's got a hearing in Nantucket, Massachusetts, and of course he recently
No,
released.
it's in Boston.
Oh, it's going to be in
And
Boston.
I just need to interrupt you.
Yes.
Because the stuff is that I mentioned this with. I think I mentioned this respectively. I was dealing with this in Jessica's show, but I need to tell it. I mean, like I don't want to say the same stuff, but very similar stuff. That why it is on CBC, was like Canadian broadcast and all kind of stuff, because it is always, how can I say that, all kind of this weird stuff, and Monarch solution stuff. So MSL, if you want to call it this way. Um, Everything is, some sort of these twisted things. It is always been in Canada. For example, there is no logic how it is possible that it is, I don't want to say on, but under US inland soil, it's underground, but on every single Monarch facilities, underground facilities, they are like under Canadian laws. It is absolutely crazy, but it is like that. So no single sign of logic, at least from my point of view. But maybe I am not the one who is.
It sounds like they must have signed some kind of treaty with Monarch, the Canadian provincial government.
Yes, but I just want to tell you, maybe I am not smart enough to get it, but for me, there is zero logic in it. But okay, screw that. And I just want to tell you that they are giving very high advanced technology. Sorry, my bad. Monarch, respectively, MSL, to FAC, and you can get FAC as two abbreviation. Federal Army is okay, not a problem, but C is Canada, and C can be, of course, Commonwealth. And a lot of crazy activity is not going on only in Canada, but and this is it, European inland, because there is, high tension between European inland, so you can take it like rest of European Union and Great Britain, and people know, how can I say that? Common people, they did not notice anything at all in European inland, and the same stuff is here in Land Down Under in Australia, and absolutely the same stuff in New Zealand. That FAC is very, very active. Hey, a high activity, almost like there will be, almost like, how can I say that, wartime or something like that, martial law, or I don't know, very similar stuff. And people are okay, okay, it's fine. And I was like, are you serious? It's not fine. It's everything just not fine. And I don't know what's wrong with those common people, I mean random people, if they are so brainwashed, or I mean, I don't know. I'm speechless. What do you think, people? Tell me.
I don't understand the question.
I mean, why those people are so calm? I mean, common people in European inland and here in Land Down Under in Australia and in New Zealand, once they saw, respectively, they are seeing, soldiers of Federal Army of Commonwealth, respectively of Canada, and they are pretty much okay with that. It's like, what's wrong with those people? It's absolutely crazy.
Maybe their society does not allow the belief system that the government is out to get them. I hate to use the word conspiracies, but I think there's an alternative motive.
But that's what we're talking about is information that's not clearly obvious to everyone, and trying to provide the insights, and especially Peter provides insights from the ACIO, which has an insider view of everything that's going on. And so, kind of letting us know that there's this infrastructure that exists in Canadian and American border, the northern part of the U.S., and it's a lot of things are happening there, more than we want to know about sometimes. I mean, it's just it's starting in that area, and that's where I think the Milab was, where I was put in, and as well as many others. And so now we're looking at this Kevin Spacey issue, which was the Paul Serene. He's in the Paul Serene is in Kevin Spacey's body, essentially, whatever.
Yes, but it's still.
Still. All right, so we talked about this, we said like 2.5, 3 years ago, maybe more. And people were like, well, you know, he's just an actor. And what we said on the show yesterday, we'll say it again, because I don't think we could say it enough, is that, you know, other people are starting to pick up on it, like that report about 9/11 and how they're going down the list of some of the obvious politicians and you know, powerful corporate people that were involved in 9/11 and that are being subpoenaed.
But you need to, yes, you are right, but you need to get, I don't want to say it is okay, definitely not. It is absolutely, it is very opposite of being okay, right? But the stuff is that, motto, you know, that, how can I say that, you know, the motto of those people, I mean, like, the pretty much the thing, respectively, all the things they want, is very easy. They just want to make profit from, technically, from everything.
Right. And in the 9/11,
from all the coasts.
Right.
They just want to make profit, and it's like, that's it. End of story.
Well, in the 9/11 report, the point I was trying to make is that the guy was looking at all of these different players, and then he gets to Kevin Spacey, and he goes, and Kevin Spacey's in trouble, and they said, and he stops and he says, isn't he just an actor? And so here again, we're looking at involvement, right? Yeah, his involvement and things, and it's like it's not clicking for people. They're like, well, you know, we're talking about this disclosure and information that people are not catching up with and trying to make it you know, kind of evident, but it's been a couple of years that we've been bringing it up, and now it's coming into fruition. And this whole thing of this, it's happening in Boston, it happened in Nantucket. The incident happened in Nantucket. I think he's going to a Boston court, unless I see otherwise. And then he's going to be, it's January 7th, which is my birthday, which I thought was weird. And
yeah, just please, I need to, sorry for interrupting you. I don't want to do this, but please stop. No, get to previous card, James. I need to tell you, okay? To previous card, this text. Oh, this text.
The one about
yes, and just make it full screen. Full screen on your, what it is, browser or something. I don't know. Yes, I just want to tell you that there is, yes, Wolfowitz. Paul Wolfowitz, I just want to tell you that it is like, you know, some sort of German name, but he was, help me, he was born in my homeland, actually, in Czechoslovakia. I just want to tell you, okay? So everything is mutually connected. It is definitely not a coincidence. For example, George Soros, because it's quite complicated to pronounce it in English language, but I can pronounce it well and correctly. It's George Soros because it's he was born in
Hungary.
Hungary, yes. So it is, you know, like our neighborhood states. I mean, neighborhood states of my homeland too. So everything is just a little bit, you know, circled, and you know, it's so weird. At least I don't want to say it's weird, but everything is like in some sort of huge pattern. What do you think? Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there he is. You know, he's listed amongst many others. It doesn't make any sense why he would be there, other than he has other involvement, corporate involvement, that people are not familiar with.
Well, he was doing insider trading, betting on the collapse of the World Trade Center prior to 9/11. So he would have
Yes,
knowledge.
yes, that's true. And just what, I don't know, do you want to talk about Judge Bursini or not?
Oh
Because
yes, yeah.
I think that people
That's
should know that he was executed.
actually, yeah. That's what I heard. The rumor was similar to John McCain because of all his crimes. He chose
Yeah,
to.
but I don't want to talk about, I don't, my bad. I want to talk about McCain because it is not true. Because once you wasn't, once there is presumption of unguiltness. Do you know what I mean?
So you don't think John McCain was executed?
No, once again, you told me that it was because of his crime, and it is not true. Because once you wasn't in front of Kurt, and you wasn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, once there were no solid evidence, you should be still, like, uh, let as unguilty. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Well, I think that the issue with McCain was that his McCain Institute was working as proxy for the Clinton Foundation. They were both hand in hand working with each other. And I think the Clintons were actually getting paid off because they were selling nuclear secrets. And they were paying off to the Clinton Foundation, and McCain was implicated in that. Let me see if I can find some more information on that. But essentially, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I know Herbert Walker Bush has got his hands on a lot of nasty things because he was at Montauk. He's been reported to be seen there along with the Draco shapeshifters. So the question is that what they finally got him on? Was the child trafficking and what happened at Montauk?
Yeah, but what do you think? Was the Montauk so good or so bad? Because technically, once from my point of view, once you was veteran and see, how can I say that, crazy things in during the war, and they want to wipe out your memory and get better memories instead. It is not so bad.
Well, I'm not referring to that, Peter. I'm referring to all the sexual abuse. They would skin some of these children alive, hang them on racks.
But that's the question. Once they will be children, I'm talking. How can I say that? This will definitely be not okay for many people. Once they will be regular mankind children, okay, it will be bad. But what do you think? Once they will be monsters, it will be. I don't want to say it will be okay, but I don't want to say I don't. I have no words in English, but technically I have no right words for that because.
Are you talking about like hybrids or some other kind of?
Yes, I'm talking about that those hybrids, especially one half will be full human, so the mother will be full human, and those, because they will be literally monsters without being raped. Sorry for that, but they will be, and there is a chance to make them, yes, of course, hybrids. I'm not talking about crossbreeds, no, because they, in vitro fertilization and all kind of stuff. Oh no, hybrids. But once there will be a chance to make them, at least in some sort of normal, I think it's not such a crime. I mean, I know that raping a young children in, I don't know, like pre-puberty age or puberty age, it's bad. But once they are not children as a
You mean you're talking about consenting adult hybrids?
yeah, no, not adult hybrids, pre-puberty hybrids, because they will be monsters. They will be some sort of velvers, werewolves, or these wendigos, or blah blah blah. But I don't want to say werewolves or wendigos, but even more worse stuff like that, because it is not. Sorry, my bad. They are not only legends from, I don't know, like supernatural. It is bullshit. I don't want to say bullshit, but the stuff that they are legends. No, and the stuff is that by raping them, they will. I don't want to say they will be, but there is at least a chance for them to live lead a normal life. It is something like, okay, it is murder. I mean, once you are a murderer, once you kill someone or something like that. But once someone is a rapist, he's, I don't know, he kills or she kills so many people, and you kill this man or woman, right? Uh, are you guilty or not? Did you make, how can I say that, like good serve to to whole community? All those circumstances need to be gets to in front of court. Do you know what I mean? This is it what I'm talking about. I know that all of these things we are talking about are crimes. Raping is very bad crime, and especially raping of children. I know that, but once you will give them chance to live some sort of normal life, why the hell not? Sorry.
Right.
Many people will disagree with me. I know that, but I am very honest.
Yeah, Peter, but I still don't think the way you're looking at this is incorrect, because and don't get me wrong, but listen to me. A lot of times what would happen is that some of these Draco shapeshifters would shapeshift into a child, and then they would bring the children together and do group orgy sessions. In particular, after doing missions, they would be, so I guess you would call it being rewarded, but I guess there's probably some kind of weird psychic bonding going on here. So
No.
like an adult was raping. Well, I mean, I'm sure that did happen too, but this is
Sorry. I know what you are trying to. I mean, I know. I got your point, but I am not talking about this. This. I am talking about the specific case. Once they know how can I say that? That okay, this is this specific kind of hybrid, and we can do whatever I mean, my bad. We should do what we should do, and it's like, it's bad, but that's the best option, the best chance.
We're not talking about what happens with some of these the hybrid experimentation stuff. We're just talking about what's happening to the human children, and that's part of the
Okay. Once we are talking about human children,
Yeah.
yes, you are right. It's bad. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the whole thing of experimenting with humans to make these hybrids, I have a problem with as well. And I think a lot of other people do, but we don't have any say in that, do we?
Okay. So this was my bad. Okay, sorry. Once we are talking only about pure mankind children, okay.
Yeah.
But I was.
Let me throw you this question: what percentage of children were these hybrids, and what percentage were?
And that's the problem. Because I don't wanna be insulting you, respectively your data source, respectively info source, but that's the problem. Once we are talking about the Montauk project and all kind of different Milab projects, those children rapings and orgies and kind of stuff, there were more, less than 10% real deal children's. All of them were, 90% of them, or 90, 93%, they were not children. I mean, real deal children. They were either hybrids or crossbreeds. This is it what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think it's a sensitive topic for James and I because we both were in that situation where we were put in those Milabs. Like I was up in Canada, James was in elsewhere, and you know, I mean, we don't think it's okay, and we didn't consent to it.
No, I mean, I know, I got your point, but I'm just trying to tell you that it is, you know, like once we will be talking about normal, regular children, I mean, like mankind children, okay, you are definitely right. But once we will be talking about, you know, like those hybrids, either hybrids or crossbreeds. I know it is bad, but it will give them at least some basic chance to, to live normal life.
I think we don't fully understand that part of it, but maybe
Yeah,
we'll
why?
understand.
Why? Tell me why. What's the problem?
Why would sexual abuse allow these children to have a normal life? Is it because it creates filters?
Because they have total different, how can I say that, like mankind puberty, you know, they will be like start to creating certain specific hormones and all kind of stuff, but without this kind of experience, if you want to call it this way, they will transform into shapeshifters, and they will be, how can I say that? Do you know what is atavism? Like you have a certain specific dog races, and they can do very bad stuff. Even once they will get extremely hard training. And atavism, I mean, talking about like they will start to act like wolves. So they will attack you from back, and they will bite your back neck. Do you know what I mean? It is atavism. So this is it what I'm trying to tell you, that without this crazy, I mean, very, very bad kind of experience, the atavism of their, how can I say that, wars, you know, like half, if you want to call it this way, of genes, they will start to, you know, to get out. This is it what I'm trying to say. I know that it is hard to believe, and many people will, I don't know, like blame me that I am talking bullshit and something like that, but this is it how it is.
Jessica, would you like to comment any further about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're saying that it kind of gives them a bit of a nurturing. I mean, is there some kindness in it, or I mean?
Yes, because once they will be, how can I say that? That's it. Trauma. How can I say that? Okay, I got it finally. Try to imagine that you have some part of your body in terrible pain, and it's so crazy that no single, how can I say that, kind of painkillers they are not working, right? So what will you do?
The massage or something like that?
No. You will create pain in another part of your body, and it will, how can I say that, I don't want to say it will be better, but at least it will, you know, make some sort of balance. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Some sort of balance. And this is it. This is exactly it, what it is all about. I know that it is crazy. I know that many people will don't get it. Many people will hate me because of that, but it is true.
All right, so these beings are in pain because of that they're hybrids and they have some strange anomalies.
No, I don't want to say in pain. No, they have their own atavism. So they, how can I say that, they once they're
like have feral, aggressive.
Yes, exactly. Once they will have no terrible, how can I say that, like experience. I don't know, once they will be, you know, in fire, or I don't know, this waterboarding. Do you know what I mean? What, you know, once they will get your head underwater or something like that, or everything of this kind of crazy bad experiences. So they will make balance between this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is going to be hard for.
Well,
It's a hard discussion.
what about
Once again, I know that it will be hard. I know. For
What about-
example, waterboard. You can Google, people. You can Google what means waterboarding. That it is like very, how can I say that, edgy technique. Once you, I don't want to say you, but secret services want to get information, so they ask, and they put your head under surface of water, for example. And those three techniques, waterboarding, uh, you know, put those hybrids, I mean hybrid children, into and in fire and rape them. Those are the most common three, those three ones. I know that it is absolutely crazy, but I am very honest, and I know, how can I say that, I know that many people will hate me because of this, but this is another evidence that I am very honest. Once something is true, once something is, how can I say that, it is how it is, you know, it's like it is a reality, I will talk about this very straight. I know, sorry for that, I know, but it is like, you know, it is how it is, and I don't wanna, you know, hide something, respectively, something would say something what it is, what's not true, you know.
Well,
Sorry for
this
that.
is similar. This is similar to when people came out in Montauk and it wasn't comfortable, but they were talking about what actually happened. You
Yep.
know, some of the background, and it's the same thing. You're giving us some of the uncomfortable information about what's been going on.
Yes, because for example, waterboarding is very uncomfortable too, and putting them into the fire, right in the middle of fire, and afterwards they get, I mean, like, how it is possible that I you know, I will survive, I survived, my bad, I survived this kind of fire, respectively. How it is possible that I am able to get to stay underwater for so long, and all kind of stuff. But they forgot it, because everything bad is in balance, and they are up to lead normal normal life.
Peter, I like to read this short quote. This actually came from James Casbolt. This was when he was being put onto the trip seat, and he said that they injected him with a drug called scopolamine. We all, well, for the people who don't know what that means, it's a memory eraser drug. It's from Angel Trumpet Plant, South America. It's an accelerated learning drug. One of his AL sessions included electroshock to the brain. A man was standing at the right side of the seat, and a guy in a coat was standing at the left side. And then one of the men said, "If you forget everything I've said to you, remember one thing. He will try to convince you pain is pleasure." And then that's when he started seeing the screen flash from him. So this pain-pleasure reversal was also part of what Joseph Mengele was doing with the Forget Me or Forget Me Not and the Daisy. So how does that actually help these children? Is that because they're creating an altered compartmentalization where they can access pleasure? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, you are absolutely right, because how can I say that, they will make so lot of mess. They will create some lot of mess because of this you know, atavism, that they need to create very, very bad, I mean, they experienced very, very bad experiences, and they reversed it. They make it vice versa. I mean, very, how can I say that? To very, very, you know, like pleasant experiences. This is it. Yes, you are pretty much right.
Okay.
But
Well,
I just described what really happened, not their memories. No. What really happened. I know that people will hate me, but what should I do? Should I tell lies to people? No.
mm.
People deserves to know the truth.
And Jessica, you actually saw something that was going on with me at Montauk. We've talked about this in previous shows where I went back in time and visited George Washington. Would you like to briefly comment about that, please?
Yeah, I had a quick vision of you. You were, I think, when you went and visited with Preston Nichols, somehow that he took you back, and I could see you literally wearing a brown outfit, like a young boy, and you had like a cap on. They didn't dress you in the right period. Time period is more like 1800s, and you were soaking wet, and the clothing looked like it was made of wool of some sort, and but everything was brown. It was like brown, like knickers, below the knees, and then some kind of boots, and then you had like the cap on. I'm trying to remember if you had it was a vest or something, but you traveled with him, and you briefly met. It looked like George Washington, and then the vision left.
And apparently he was a super soldier.
Yeah, he was a super soldier, time traveler with Montauk.
Peter, can you comment about any of that? Does that sound accurate?
Yeah, because technically it doesn't matter. How can I say that? Like how it was, how it is, and how it will be. And why I am using only the word it, because we are talking about everything, literally everything. Because very first time travel technology, they were limited only to 20 years steps, and they started to use it during Nikola Tesla's era. And there was some very, very crazy series of accidents happened during Second World War and all kind of stuff. And we have only very tiny pieces of info what's actually happened. And I saw you in, I don't know, in your 30s. I'm talking about you, James. And you was with it was technically they applied this surname in game Wolfenstein, because his real name was Andrzej Blaszkowicz, what is like Andrew Blaszkowicz in English pronunciation. And he was infiltrated in SS, during Second World War, and his name, cover name was Captain Kloss, and you was infiltrated with him too. But it was very weird. It was so odd, because it looks like another timeline, or really either timeline or reality, I don't know, where Nazis won Second World War, and it was like 1960s, late 1960s, early 1970s, something like that. But the image wasn't so clear, because you used and it was I'm sure that Rome, Berlin, Tokyo axis won Second World War, because it was hard for me, not for me, but for other people in the room. It was quite hard to get the maker, the producer of the camera, because it was in Japan writing that it is Canon. and you make a shot, but normal shot, you know, like 35 millimeters of the surroundings, and the second shot was
Peter, we lost you. I know, right? It was getting interesting.
Wow.
no,
There you are.
uh, you make first, you know, like a set of shots of surroundings. It was outside, and the second shot, it was like inside. It was like huge building. I don't know. It was like, you know, it was some sort of like, you know, I don't know, like station, like train or bus station or something like that. It was very luxury, and there were so many people of different colors. I mean, skin color, but they not all of them was people. Definitely, there were many. You know, like many of them were ETs, or let's call them ETs, because they're, and it was so complicated to get, you know, time context, what was around, and all kind of different and things. And then we get 12 you know, other things. So it was like 12 and it was 12 and all the time two two shots. So it was like 24, you know, different films. And people in our department, they were confused because they were only always in the first shot. It was like German writings, and in the second shot, Japan writings. And you know, some people know German, but nobody knows except me knows Japan. So it's just a little bit complicated. And I don't know how you end up in this different, and I don't know what it is. If it is timeline or reality, I don't know.
That's a point that I'm trying to make too, is because people say, well, you know, that can't happen, or we know that they only had certain projects that did this, and there are limitations, and like, you know, the 20 years like you mentioned. But my visions, I can't make up my visions. They either exist or they don't, like you said, whether it was exactly this timeline or another timeline or something, but it happened. And because I can, you know, like they'll bring me into all the different dimensions and show me different things that are relevant to what the person needs to hear. So, but yeah, I mean, there's multiple things that are happening, aren't there, Peter? That you know.
Yes, and that's the problem, that even for us in ACIO, it's very difficult to determine what's the right. How can I say that? What's the right context of being, of existence, if you want to call it this way?
You said to someone by the name of Kloss. Would that happen to be Santa Claus?
Captain Kloss.
Captain Kloss?
No. I am talking about Captain Kloss. What is KLO and double S, and it is very symbolic because it is SS2. What is like in German language is Schutzstaffel, right?
I just thought I'd throw that in there because of the season. I'm sorry, I'm being.
No. It's good because technically there is a lot of symbolism, you know. Every symbolism is
Symbolism,
everywhere.
yeah, we're finding a lot of that even with this Kevin Spacey thing, and you know, we found what was like a parallel between him. Well, I did, and I don't know if you guys agree with it, but the guy was a Prince Bernard, and there was a speech that he had with the Bilderbergs that he says something about being frank, and then later on we find out that he was married on January 7th, which is the same time that Kevin Spacey's going to court. It's January 7th. I know there was so many weird little parallels of things happening.
Yes, and he used the same terminology in this very weird video, and
The Bilderberg meeting, first one.
yes, and I think that how can I say that the stuff that they used Frank. I mean, the word
The terminology,
Frank,
yeah.
yes, because the synonym to word Frank is in English language is. Can we use calm? I think that it is calm. Am I right?
Calm, or let's be honest. I always felt like when someone says, let's be frank, it's
Yeah,
let's
yes.
just like put everything on the table and say the truth, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And so that's Kevin Spacey's rendition, or some people say he sounded like Matthew McConaughey in that display, but he starts off. It's called "Let's Be Frank,"
Yes, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, same energy. Paul Serene coming through, and what's interesting is the Bilderberg, something that was done a long time ago, and there it is.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are absolutely right. But do you know what's so crazy? That I don't want to say it is true, but many people, they want to know the truth, and the problem is that once people want to know the truth, even how can I say that, even the truth is ugly, they accept very bad people. I mean, I don't want to say accept, but they will accept like invitation. I got it. Like accept it, and this is it. In the under the word it, you can get practically everything, and they will accept it. And under it, we can talk about invitation, and I don't know, like this, Kurt. It will be free, so you can see it through TV, or I don't know, some streamers. It will be definitely some streamers will stream it on YouTube and all kind of the stuff. So holy crap, everything is circling together. This is absolutely crazy.
Can you please explain different? Because you said in the Nazi parallel universe, first I was in Abatava, which is similar to a Montauk, but and then I worked for Nikola Tesla. Now I was this Captain Kloss. Is there like?
No, you are not right. You are not right. I thought that you was infiltrated from US side to SS, what is like special, unit in elite unit in German army during Nazi time in Second World War, and Captain Kloss, what is Andrzej Blaszkowicz, in real deal pronunciation. So he was Polish officer, and you were U.S. officer. So you cooperated together, okay? Okay,
so so that means I was Reelsburg back then, and I was undercover.
If you wanna call it this way, not the problem, because the name, my bad. The first names and second names, they are not important. Important is role. I mean the role in the history, okay? Try to get it this way.
Well, how come I don't know how to speak German? What did they do with those memories? They tuck it away in a little pocket in my head?
I don't either. Don't feel bad.
No, you need to get the ball. The ball. It looks like a pea, like peas,
I'm sorry, I'm not following you. What is this? Some kind of technology that you have to put in up your nose or something that goes into your brain?
No, you need to eat it.
And that's the key for knowing how to speak the foreign languages.
Yeah, but it is just P of peas, like piece of pea, you know, like the vegetable, you know. But this will be not, you know, will be not green and tasty, but black. And once we will talk, once we, my bad, we was talking about black goo. It was shiny, and this will be made and very very tasty, you know. So you need to find it, and that's part, the main part of the problem,
The
because you need,
ACIO can ship it to us.
no, because we don't have your own, no, and it's just a little bit problem. You need to find it in your house.
Well,
No,
we've got them here in our own places where we live with us.
yes, because believe me or not, it will, I mean, it is not, it looks like by coincidence, but it will always follow you. All your memories, all your abilities, all kind of the stuff. But that's the reason, my bad. That's the reason why I am warning people. Okay, those are your memories and your abilities. But it is Pandora's box, because we, as an ACIO, as organization, we can't guarantee anything. We don't know what exactly is in this, is hidden in this ball, little ball. No.
Well, you surely you don't have a computer you could put it on a scanner.
Ah, oh my
See,
bad.
it
No,
opens up
we
like
can't
your
do this.
memories, and then the Pandora's box is everything that goes with it, all the experiences, everything. Believe me, I've been experiencing that.
Yes, James, you are right, but we are not able to do it with every single ball. Okay, so once you are asking us to do it, especially with your ball, there's a problem. They don't have any type of scanner to scan, you know, all the balls all around the world. It's not true, because all those balls have their own specific frequencies. It will be impossible to set the scanner up for every single ball. You
Right.
are not right.
Well,
It is, you are imagining very very easy. It's not so easy. It's not, you know, like easy peasy thing. You are not right.
Peter, can you please explain why this extremely advanced piece of AI, I'm assuming AI technology, would be in my own home? Wouldn't they confiscate it from me and not allow me to have access to it?
Because it is like that. Those are the rules. And no, don't ask me who made those rules. I just follow the rules,
All right.
because I asked the you know, first makers, respectively, very first ones. Okay, and now I talked with them. Okay, but try to fix all the bad stuff, all the wrong stuff, what is happening on our planet. And they just smiled, and they told me, no, we just create something. And I told them, no, you create everything. And they told me, no, we create something, and then we are just looking. I mean, what? Looking? No, we are observing. And I was like, are you serious? You
That's
are
the
just
merger.
observing? And they told me, yes, everything is perfectly fine. And I was like, no, this is impossible. It's I got like, it's no way. This is big no. This is definitely not perfectly fine. And they told me everything is this as it should be. And I was like, okay, as you said, holy.
And Peter, have you actually eaten your pea-shaped language communicator? Universal
No, it
translation.
is not a language communicator, and believe me, that believe me that it was, how can I say that, hard decision, and uh, believe me, it was very hard decision, and uh, I deplore it till nowadays.
So, okay, so you did. So if you were in our shoes, do you would you recommend us to do the same? I suppose when
No,
we're ready.
that, oh, no, 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 that is big no, 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 don't do that.
So Peter, when my memories come in and I start to see something, other stuff comes in at the same time, like problems that are associated with the memory from the past. And so
Yeah.
is that the Pandora's box you're talking about?
Oh, how can I say that? That's the problem, that it is something like Pandora's box, but how can I say that? Like your own Pandora's box. And
Personal, yeah. Yeah.
but I don't want to say your, but if someone has something like that, it is his own, or respectively her own Pandora's box. Because, go ahead.
I know from experience, and I've done meditation classes with people, and anyone that does a meditation group with me opens up psychically. They start to remember. And
Yeah, but this is technically it. You don't necessarily need to do this, and this is like, holy.
Peter, what is this technology called? This device, this P-shaped device.
It is like, give me a second. It is like UMC, Universal Memory Collector.
Huh. Okay. And is it like in another dimension, or like is it being cloned?
No. You can get every type of your memory, and that's the problem. Once I'm talking about every type, and that's the problem.
Yeah, but you just said this device follows around all the time. Does that mean it's like in our aura, like it's in the astral dimension or something?
This is it, okay? Do you know the book Secret?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
the
this
secret.
is a book Secret. The principle that it is about once you think about something so hard that you can get it, how can I say that, in real world, real life, right? So for example, I have
light encoded reality matrix, LERM.
yeah, something like that. For example, I have my friend of mine, he's now in his 30s or something like that, and he was fascinated by Fast and Furious movies, respectively. I mean, especially second one, and he always dreamed about Nissan GTR, right? But technically, Nissan GTR, especially this one, was R34, is banned in the US. You know, it's specific restrictions, so it's banned to have it legally in US. And what's happened, because he has always this, I don't know, like small model of it, and now he is I don't know if he is even 30 years old, and he has a real deal GTR, I mean the latest one, in the garage. So this is it, what I'm talking about. So it is something like, I don't know that this is definitely was not the best example, but it is something like that, that you have in your surroundings. And once you will meditate hard and long enough, you will, how can I say that, you will like materialize it. You will just, it will be you know, surrounded you, I don't know, like in near your bed, or you know, like couch or something, and you will see, okay, what is this? And if you will throw it, you know, you will throw it, and next day it will be in the house again. Many people have the same experience. You know, you will throw it to the trash, and it will be okay. I throw this to the trash. What does it mean? It's crazy.
Well, it sounds like maybe me, Peter, and Jessica, maybe we get together and do a meditation and maybe share that with the audience members on how to manifest.
I just want to tell you this is real deal experience. This is not like some made up story, because this is it. Many people told me that they're like, okay, this is so weird, you know, because this is like, I don't like this. What's wrong? You know, because they throw it to the trash, and next day, I don't want to say next day, but I know next 2 or 3 days, and okay, it is again. And after, I don't know, like 3 or 4, maybe 5 times, they'd be like, okay, what should I do with this? And believe me or not, it appeared in their food, and they, you know, they swallow it. This is absolutely crazy.
That is. Well, I think if you meditate is the key, because then you find all your answers are inside of you.
Yes.
I spend a lot of hours meditating. I mean, that's something that I've been.
But that's the question. You are not right. Because are you sure that they were hours? I don't think so. Because once you believe that they were hours, okay, they will be hours. But once you, and literally they can be minutes, and vice versa. Once you,
yeah, the time is weird. Yeah, time is weird.
That's what like talking about, like, because for example, for example, okay, you have surroundings. I'm talking. Let's name it aura, right? Let's talk it about like your aura. It would be not, I don't know, like only 1 meter or something. I mean, 1 yard, maybe 2 ends, third quarter meter. What it will be like, 3 yards, something. Yes, but let's talk about it will be like widespread in 1 room. In your room, the watches, respectively, the
Clocks.
What?
Clocks.
Yeah, the clocks, but I mean like watches on your you are wearing on your head, and other types of clocks on your cell phone, and blah blah blah. There will be like hours, and in another part of the house, I mean like and another family members, respectively friend of yours, like something is wrong with your clock, and you are like everything is perfectly fine. And once you stop the meditation and you get the room to the very beginning, I'm talking like you will pack all the things connected somehow with meditation. Your, believe it or not, I experienced it a lot of time, your watches and clocks will start working normally. I personally experienced it a lot of times, tens, maybe hundreds of times. It's unbelievable, but it is like that.
Yeah, I've also experienced that as well, Peter. Jessica, could you please tell Peter about this? You said that you saw something about the Nuremberg trials and the Nazis. You want to comment a little bit about?
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what's going on.
Give me a second, people. I need to. Don't interrupt the interview. Just I will mute my mic and I will be back in 1 minute. Okay?
Okay.
In 1 minute.
Okay. So, well, this is interesting. I don't know. Maybe we should hold the thought for Peter
Well,
when he comes
have
back.
have you had a chance to talk about Voltaire? I guess we
should do a separate thing and talk about Voltaire if you want, maybe.
Because I know you also there was another time travel mission with Voltaire.
Oh, you want to talk about your time travel stuff with Peter?
Yeah, that was the whole point, was to get Peter's
Okay.
input about this. But so, and then additionally, what you do is, at least let me pull this up. Let me get here.
Yeah, like he said, you know, you go into like a really weird time space where there's something's happening.
Okay. Did we read this on the last show we did? Do you know? I can't
No,
recall.
we haven't done this at all.
This is all new information. Okay, because it's December 3rd. So
you posted that. Wow.
Yeah. So, in this,
I think you spelled my name wrong. I'm not sure. Hold on. Go back. No, it's right. Sorry.
Okay, so why don't you tell the audience members like how this actually came to be, and what did Voltaire like show up in your mind?
You and I were talking.
I guess we were talking about in particular Saint Germain and what the connection is with I guess with the super soldier program, maybe some of my experiences, but in particular, it appears that I actually interacted with Saint Germain. I was sent back in time, perhaps through Montauk. Is that what you were, or maybe it was in my future? Is my future self sent back? Because this hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you went back in time, but it was. You asked me if you were Saint Germain because people had told you were Saint Germain,
or at least connected to his soul energy.
So I connected to you and your soul memory, which with your permission, I'm able to do that. And so I looked and I could sense that Saint Germain was around you at some point, but you were not in fact him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw that you had an interaction with them because you were in a time travel program. And at that point, strangely enough, Voltaire was there having a discussion with you because he was questioning Saint Germain. You were with Saint Germain and Voltaire was there. So whether this was a literal timeline or, like I said, I'm not really sure what this was, but it was very bizarre. And it was clear to me, very clear to me.
Could you please explain to the audience members who Voltaire is for those who haven't studied their French philosophers?
Oh, to my understanding, he was an atheist, and I don't know a whole lot more about him besides that, other than he kind of reminds me of someone who wanted to see facts. You know, he wasn't going to take hearsay or someone's opinion.
Okay, I'm still here.
Facts.
Welcome back.
I'm still here and I'm still back. Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, we Jessica channeled Voltaire, and if it's a few sentences, would you like me to read it?
Yeah. I don't know, but technically, what do you think? Should we cut this out while I was, like?
No, it's okay.
Away?
We were to just talk about Voltaire.
I just need to tell you, James, that don't make it long and complicated. Just render it and get it to your channel, like I don't want to say right now, but in 1 or 2 days.
All right, I see what I can do. I got a better computer, so I'm able to get rendering done a lot faster. But yeah, so in this particular experience, apparently my future self was sent back in time, where I met Voltaire, and Saint Germain was there, apparently. And then Voltaire, he wanted proof that I was a time traveler. So then I went back in time even further and got the crown of thorns from Jesus, and then showed it to him. And he still didn't believe that Jesus was a deity, but he found it was more astonishing that there was a time traveler appearing to him. So like I said, this happened in a future timeline that hasn't happened yet, but I don't. But you need to realize
what is past, what is present, and what is future? Tell me, what do you believe?
Well, I mean, I guess the correct answer is they're all the same. But from my perspective,
Yes.
memories are not all the same. They're not linear.
Okay, you are right. I just want to ask you. Okay, okay.
So, anything else you want to comment about this, Jessica or Peter? Anything?
It was a really weird space, Peter. He asked me if people had told him that he was Saint Germain, and I said, I think you had met Saint Germain sometime in your soul history or the soul experience, and that some reason Voltaire showed up while we were talking, and whether we were in time space, whether we were traveling, I don't know what happened, but he was like right to the left of me. And I saw him interacting with James, like he knew that I was there, but he was mostly interested in talking to James and wanted proof, because Voltaire was known as an atheist, to my understanding.
Yep.
Historically. So I don't know where that was. That was like a really weird space. So we had a conversation, and then this was the information that came up out of that. And so I think James was just wanting to see if you had anything to say about it.
Yeah, this is so weird.
Apparently, Voltaire faked his death in 1778, and then
that's what he told me.
And this conversation apparently took place in 1789, a year after almost a decade after he faked his death. And then apparently he died in 1846. So maybe Saint Germain gave him some of his elixir of life extension.
Unless he's an ET.
Yes, you are right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Peter, do you have any information on what is in that elixir that Saint Germain was using?
It's yes, but it is unstable too, and unstable and danger too. So just a little bit complicated to use.
So the ACIO has better methods now?
Yep.
Okay. Well, could you tell us what was in it, or is that a secret?
We don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
What about Saint Germain? A lot of people are talking about him. It's like kind of coming up a lot lately. I mean, what is his role and what's going on now? Or
what do you think? That's my question.
I think he's trying to help people in some way or another.
That's true.
Yeah. Help them to remember, maybe. And I think that's what he was trying to do, is help James remember, because James keeps on saying he wants to remember these things. And
yes,
that was a lot of the subject that was coming up.
That's true.
Well, Peter, has the ACIO ever worked with Saint Germain?
He gave us he gave us some wisdom, if you want to call it this way. Wisdom.
No,
it wasn't so worthy as we thought, because his inventions, if you want to call it this way, wasn't stable. They were very, how can I say that, advanced, and very time ahead in contexts of existence and all kind of the stuff, but unstable. I mean, the risks of using were very high.
All right. And so apparently he worked with was it Osiris? I'm trying to remember. Back in the time of Atlantis, him who later became Jesus. And then there was a timeline when the Atlanteans realized everything was going to fall apart. Jesus and this whole group, Joseph, traveled to the time of Galilee and so on, and promoted the teachings of Jesus, and then when that was corrupted, they moved forward into the 17th century, 1700s, and so on. Now to try to correct the timelines, apparently that's what we're.
Yeah, but you need to, and this is it. You need to accept the fact that once you want to correct something what was messed up, it leads only to one outcome. You will mess it up even more. This is one solid fact. That once you will not accept it, it will be even worse and worse and worse.
Well, maybe you should tell the people at Montauk about that, because they keep trying to send people back in time to change the time.
But this is not. No, you are not right. You are always talking only about Montauk. This is not true. They are not. Montauk was shut it down, like years ago. Montauk.
Well, what's the main project now?
Whole Montauk agenda, all of their outcomes and wisdom they created. It was shut it down, and it was bought by MSL, Monarch Solutions Limited.
Oh, great.
No, it is. I know. I expected this reaction.
Doesn't that explain everything? So the people that were involved in Montauk got pulled into then Monarch.
Yes, and I just want to remember. I just want to remember that our politicians in Middle Europe, after collapse of former Soviet Union and the Iron Curtain, collapse of Iron Curtain, our politicians betray our people, our lands, and they allow Monarch to build their own private, underground bases, because we have, those huge stuff. The Soviet army just left, and they were in perfect shape. They just need some renovation. I don't want to say renovation, but they just brought the most powerful and most modern computers, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't. It was expensive, but renovation under the underground, it wasn't so expensive at all, and they start to experimenting on those people, and I'm talking about people, so mankind, right? And it lasts for almost 30 years, and the stuff is that it was like, I don't know how many kidnapped young I don't want to say young people. I'm talking about children, because it starts from 3, maybe 4 years, and it ends maybe in 5, maybe 6 years, And once I was talking about the raping, this is technically it, respectively. This was technically it. They forced them, they heavily drugged them, they forced them to make crazy ass orgies, and then they get those transporters, they make those, water cannons, and they told them always how they dirty kids are, and they need to wash them and all kind of those bullshits. And it wasn't they told them as they told them, but it was like subconscious hypnotism or something like that, and so it is much worse that you
Or
will be.
Texafan.
Yes, technically, basic chemical formula was cortaxiphan. Yes, you are absolutely right. And this subconscious hypnotizing, it's much worse than you will use Applian and tell that you are bad and all kind of those stuff. So that's it. Everything makes perfect sense, at least from my point of view.
All right, Jessica, you want to throw a comment out there?
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to, I have a question because this regarding Saint Germain. Just stepping back there for a moment. There was someone by the name of Jacques Saint Germain who was in Louisiana, and some people thought he was connected to Saint Germain, but he had vials of blood in his room, and that's just a historical account, and that was like in the 1800s. Who is this person? Is this connected to Saint Germain, an imitator of him, or was this him?
But why? I don't want to say why, but from their point of view, there is nothing bad at all to have blood trials and all kind of the stuff. That from our point of view, it is very, very crazy. It is insane. It is a crime and all kind of the stuff. Okay, I mean, not okay, but you know what I mean. But from their point of view, it's nothing bad
Well, I
at
think
all.
he was actually drinking the blood. He was rumored to be a vampire.
It doesn't matter if they were drinking the blood or they was bathing themselves in, especially.
Rico.
Sorry, what?
Gets back to Elizabeth Bathory, who we said was an incarnation of Sannyasa.
You are right.
You're right.
So,
Right. So she lived for 300 years, he said.
Because she was part of this group also.
Are they vampires? What are they?
No. I'm talking about. Help me. The name. This French name you mentioned. Give me a second.
Voltaire?
No, you mentioned this another French name. Right now, but it's out of my head. Sorry.
You mean another person that did this kind of thing?
No. You mean this name that it was Jacques what?
Oh, Jacques Saint Germain.
Yeah, Saint Germain. Because
he was not Count Saint Germain. He was Jacques Saint Germain.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because it was. How can I say that? It was very highly classified. What I don't want to say brothership, but it was some sort of like what?
Give them long life.
Sorry.
This was a way that they all kind of extended their life.
Yes, but I mean, it was some sort of very highly classified class. Do you know what I mean? Class, some sort of.
Oh, you mean like status? Like
yeah, status. I was trying to get the right word. Yes, you are absolutely right.
Because he was a count. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a guy, I guess, more recent that said he was Saint Germain. Was it in the 80s or 90s?
And do you know what's actually happening in Saint Germain in France? It is very, I mean, cozy castle or something, castle respectively, castle-ish, something like that. And in France, and terrible things are happening.
You mean like a chateau?
Yeah, castle, but that's the problem because it is very complicated to categorize it because one part is like one wing is more than like chateau, and another part it's like more than castle, but it is in one area. you know, big area, and many people believe that it is not true, that there is a high class, some sort of high society, but there is, it is actually haunting place where is actually haunting, that it is. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That it is true. I mean, that it's not only just a legend or something, that it is actually haunted place.
Because he goes there. He goes in there.
Yep.
Yeah, visits there. Same with, now if you put up Elizabeth Bathory,
Yep.
this was shocking because I did a private session with some people from Slovenia, and she came, I saw that she was a horrible ruler. I didn't know who she was, and then I checked the history, and it turned out to be this woman, and I wanted to ask you about her. And to me, a lot of the things that she did was very much like Semjase, and you confirmed.
Yeah, no, not talking about Semjase. It is no go because so many people don't like us because. So.
Yeah. So we have this. She's literally the female Dracula, harmed many young girls, virgin girls, and she actually, Semjase to me looks like that when I've met.
Sorry for interrupting you. Just look at this. No, in Slovakia, so my homeland. Just go to text, please. Go to text, please. Yes, in Slovakia, so it's my homeland, and it is Šachtice Castle. You can. Oh, it's complicated to.
In Hungary.
Yeah, in Hungary, but technically it's Kingdom of Hungary, so it is. Now it is in Slovakian area, and how can I? You can see that it is it should be pronounced like Šachtice, but it is just a little bit complicated to pronounce for English-speaking people.
Yeah, and you say that George Soros is from Hungary too, so I wonder if he's connected to all of this.
Very complicated way. Yes.
Yeah.
It is very complicated to and it will last too long to you know, like, to determine all of this stuff. But yes, you are right.
Unbelievable.
Okay, well, should we move on? How about where's Saint Germain now?
I don't know. No, you are not right. No, it is not one person. No.
There's a whole group of them.
Yes, they are like private, you know, like very closed company of people.
Well, how do you get in contact with them if you wanted to?
Talk about them and they'll show up.
No, it is like men's club. It is like this men's club in high men's club in London or near London, I don't know. And it is like since 12th or 13th century, and it is only men's club only. And what they did, believe it me or not, the only virgins can, I'm talking of course about female virgins, they serve them, and as the very end of the ritual, all the men rape her and killed her ritually. It is crazy.
It's like from Eyes Wide Shut.
If you want to call it this way, or take it this way, okay, let's go ahead. But it is crazy.
But they didn't seem like a very positive group if they're doing this.
Of course they are. I mean, they want to be seen as positive group. But try to think about oligarchs in former Soviet Union countries, respectively, in countries behind the former Iron Curtains. The ones we will be talking about mafia, if you want to call it this way, during 1990s in former behind Iron Curtain countries. No, you are not right. They were only gangsters. They are you know, they were big, full of muscles. They were bold. They were using guns. No, they were gangsters. They wasn't real deal mafia. No, you are not right. Do you know who mafia people are? Oligarchs. They how can I say that? They started like people like, how can I say that, life savers, and it wasn't like, they were not like lifesavers, but they gave people, you know, they were something like, I don't know, like Pablo Escobar, you know. They gave people everything. They built people private hospitals for, I don't want to say they are cheap, but they are much they can offer much better standard, healthcare standard as normal, I mean, state-owned hospitals. They provide people much better, I mean, highest quality, you know, schools, private schools, and this is it why they gathered popularity
That's
between.
like Al Capone did the soup kitchen during the recession.
Yes, as Pablo Escobar, as El Chapo, I don't know, for example, and people love them. And for example, we have our own, I don't want to mention the name, in Slovakia, and now people are in panic. What the heck are you do for our hero? And he, I mean, most, I don't know, like 95% of people in Slovakia take this guy as a hero. And the fact that he, I don't want to say himself, but he ordered, I don't know how many, you know, how many murders, that he was, you know, money laundering. He used to handle with guns, with drugs, with people for, you know, slavery, for prostitution, for organs. People don't care about it. They look at him as a hero. That's it. These are nowadays oligarchs, and it is not only in Slovakia. It is in all of those states. I am from. It is in Czech, in Republic, in Poland, in Hungary. That's it. So this is it I'm talking about. It's very dangerous.
All right, so we'll stay away from Saint Germain.
But no, my friend, you don't get it. Absolutely don't get it. In this, how can I say that? Respectively, no, in this, with this, how can I say that? This example, I want to tell you, to make it clear for you, that Saint Germain, it's very same. That people love I don't want to say love Saint Germain, but Saint Germain group, if you want to call it this way, society, they are behind those organizations. And once people will get, I mean, once they will be in very, very bad situation, once, I mean, like there will be some real deal stuff, and they will get to big trouble, that will be it. They will, you know, like reveal their identities, and people will love them, and they will protect them, even that they are crazy people. They committed a lot of crimes. People will love them. This is it, okay? Because they will be heroes in common people's eyes. Do you know what I'm trying to say, my friend? This is it.
I didn't want to, like, maybe this is for another time, but the whole Madame Blavatsky and everything that was involved, that's a maybe bigger subject, because she had all of those ascended masters, and he was one of them.
Who?
Madame Blavatsky?
Yep.
Yeah, so she was, maybe that's another conversation.
No, you are absolutely right. That's it.
Yeah. James wanted me to bring up something about, I had a vision and I couldn't figure this out, about James somehow his soul was there during the Nuremberg trials, and I couldn't quite figure out what he was doing there, how he was there, maybe as a traveler. I don't know.
You said I looked about 20 years old.
Yeah.
And I was convicted, but nothing, no serious crimes. And then I died in prison 8 months later.
I didn't know what that was as a surrogate or how he was connected to it.
That it's complicated, but I think okay that everything of this is like connected somehow with this 20 this effectively those 20 years old 20 years gap between time traveling. So it should be like you, how can I say that, you was born and then you are 20 years old, 40 years old, and something like that. Do you know what I mean?
So it's a 20-year and back?
Yeah, 20 years back and forth, and
well, they must have re-aged me. So at some point when I was a child, they re-aged me back to a baby and inserted me into a German family, and I grew up to become a Nazi.
Yes, you're right.
And then after I died, they picked my corpse up, reanimated me, and put me back.
Yes. Some sort of.
And
I don't want to say it is like that, but some sort of.
And during this period, I did not recover my previous life here in North Carolina. It's all
definitely yes. As you can see, respectively here, my bad. As you cannot, yes, it is clear evidence that it is like that. Respectively, it was like that. My bad.
All right. Well, I certainly have more questions about that, but we're running out of time. So unless somebody else wants to throw something out there quickly, I wanted to bring up another topic. No. Okay. All right. So the next topic is what's very I thought was very important because recently, and now we did mention earlier about Bush Sr. being executed, and at the
that's true.
And at the funeral, some of of course, a lot of dignitaries were there, according especially like ex-presidents and so on. But there were many people like Hillary Clinton, Obama, even Michelle Obama, were opened up their itinerary, and an envelope came out and fell in their lap. And of course, Hillary Clinton she just looks at it and puts it back in, and then Laura Bush, she opened up her envelope. And this is right when the casket was passing her, so Secret Service must have passed it to her. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'm going to share my screen, and we can see if we can see the video, or at least a clip of it. And then, so while this is going on, I was just curious.
And that's my question. What do you think?
What is
because
it?
I have definite answer, but what do you think what those envelopes are about? Because I
see right there.
I just want to know your personal opinion, because it's quite mysterious. I mean, for people, but I have.
Carter didn't get one. He's like looking at her. It's like, what? He didn't get one. So I think it's about their crimes they've committed. They're probably got to show up in court. They're about to be indicted, unless that's my guess. I don't think they're sending him a condolence. These people.
No, it is not condolence. You are right. But it isn't about, I mean, my bad, it wasn't about their crimes either. Though in those envelopes, they were
Miss Biden got one.
Invitations.
Hmm.
No, I'm talking about a real deal. And what do you think? Which kind of invitations can be there?
Maybe, maybe some secret society, but I mean, right?
Yeah, you are getting in the right direction. Yeah, yeah. Some sort of secret society.
They don't show the when it passed Laura Bush, but Laura Bush looked like she was really upset, and then Jeb Bush turned around and looked at her, and then he's like, then he looks right at Trump. I don't know if you.
Do you know what's this all about? It's it's clap. They call it clap dozen.
I don't understand. What does that mean?
No. Clap, like normal, like word, clap. Dozen. Like number. 12. Okay?
Clap 12.
Yeah. This is a name of club. 12. Just simply the number 12. If you wanna call it club 12, then let's go ahead and call it club 12.
And so what is Club 12?
What's the club 12 all about?
Yeah. Well,
they are making those regular meetings with extraterrestrials. And those meetings are not nice, because in very most times they are arguing about stuff because they are trying to get their best possible outcomes. I'm talking people about the ET's plans with Earth. But as you can see, it's definitely not working good. Sorry.
Well, Trump didn't get one of these letters if it was just some invitation.
That's my question. What do you think? Why? No, try to think deeply and not just do some random shot. Why?
Maybe Trump is already working with them.
Because Trump is the chairman of it. So he didn't need an invitation. Sorry, it's so funny for me. He's organizing it. Oh, sorry, it's so funny for me.
So Trump is having this meeting with these extraterrestrials, and why
Of course.
Why does he want all these dignitaries that are, in my opinion, extremely corrupt? Why does he want them
Try to think why. Try to think.
Because they have so many criminal networks, they want to somehow maybe.
No, you are not right, because they made up criminal network, if you want to call it criminal network, okay? Let's call it this way, called dark web, but darknet is better. And they made let's call it dirty money washer currency, Bitcoin. Okay, it was like 2009, I think, 2009 or 2010, 2009, I think. So this is technically end of story. Sorry, it's so funny for me because they, try to imagine Trump as doing this stuff, and those aliens like looking at, okay, what is he doing? And especially Americans, because they are like, okay, are you my brother? No, I'm not your brother. I'm just telling you, those dumbass idiots what they should do. And they are just telling him, oh, calm down, my sister. No, I'm not your sister. I am a man. I'm a male. Okay, just calm down. And all kind of the stuff. Oh.
So, but why was Laura Bush so upset when she saw, and Jeb Bush too, when they saw the letter? If it was just an invitation.
Because they don't want to get there. I try to think logically, because they don't want to get there.
Jessica, are you picking up anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a point of exposure, because you can't lie to them. So all the
Yes,
lying
that's the problem. That's the
yeah,
problem.
They'll see right through it, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And so, but they already know that, because then they're under scrutiny. It's like having the spotlight on you.
Yes, you are right. You are right. And this is it. Like, and you think it is like they are trying to talk to each other, and they go, oh no, you are not right. He is talking that she is so sexy, and okay, and you want strawberry ice cream? Okay, not a problem.
They know everything that's going on.
So so these are not really invitations. They're basically a mandate to show up, a demand.
Yeah, you are right. But of course, they at least should look like invitations, but it is like demanded. Yes, exactly. Sorry, it's so funny because I saw few videos from this, and it was so funny. Sorry, I can't stop it. I can't stop it. It's so funny.
But the Americans are funny the way they do things.
Yes, it's so funny. Amateurs, they are crazy. Am I right? They are crazy.
They're crazy. They say stuff you have no idea where it's coming from, and it's like, wow.
Yes. It's situation humor, and it's crazy sense of humor. Yes. And that's stuff that we are talking about certain topic, and they are talking totally off topic, but it's still situational humor. They are like, and okay, this is funny.
It doesn't make any sense for a moment, and then you listen to them, and then you get it, and you're like, oh, all right.
Yes.
But didn't one of the emerthers reach out to you, Jessica, recently?
Yeah. I talk to Gary all the time. Well, not all the time, but
Gary is next level of craziness, believe me. Am I right?
Yeah, he does it. Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's overkilling it. He's crazy.
Yeah, he'll say like really silly stuff, and then you get the message afterwards. It's like it's so direct, and you can't hide anything.
Yeah. This is Gary. This is Gary. Literally, this is Gary.
Yeah.
And they like coffee and lemon juice and they cup.
Yeah, silly stuff. Silly.
Yeah.
He was telling me he was.
My coffee. Bring me my coffee. I love my coffee. That's the problem. You need to get as strong coffee as you possibly can. And of course, it should be Arabica coffee. So,
and isn't it like,
or tea? They like tea as well.
Yes.
But isn't it illegal? Like for some of these extraterrestrial races, like coffee is a drug, according to Tony Rodriguez.
Yes, but not for emerters. Yes, you are right, but not for emerters.
What kind of effects does it give some of these races that makes it a drug?
Okay. Do you know what kind of effects you get after you use the drug? So this is it. This is the drug effect. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you become like manic or something super high, like amphetamine?
Something. Yeah, you are right. Super high. But this is it. And it's something crazy.
Okay. Interesting.
But this is it. Once you get like, with you got the visited by Gary, you need to make coffee because he is mad when you don't get coffee. Where is my coffee? I need my coffee. Okay, stay calm.
Well, speaking of coffee, I had, there was this like 50% off of those little K-cups that they have. And I just said, all right, I'm going to get a whole bunch of them, right? So I just had them in storage because I know I'm in and out or whatever. So one of the things is I do this work with this guy that is he goes to Tim Hortons all the time. He's one of my clients, and he lives in Detroit where the androids are, and he has this android that he has seen and interacts with, and he tells me about what's going on, and so I look at my boxes, and there's a Tim Hortons box. Like, all right, that's weird because they don't even sell Tim Hortons out here, but somewhere in my sale, I picked up one of the boxes of the Tim Hortons coffee. And then recently I was looking at all my coffee, and there's a Nantucket one from the Kevin Spacey incident, you know.
This is definitely not a coincidence.
That's a Gary thing, you know, like the weird stuff.
Yeah. This is definitely Gary stuff.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to make a comment about this photo drawing? What's going on here with these grays?
Are those Zetas?
Yeah, they are Zetas too, definitely.
Zetas and Mantids. Maybe the Mantid is because they go together.
No, I mean those smaller ones. They are
Zetas.
Zetas, and but that's the reason why we hate praying mantis.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are they extracting the soul? Is that what's in this cube?
Yep. What's in the box? Yes.
What's this? It looks like a tall gray.
It's aura. It's aura. Look at the help me, the yellow ball in his hands. It's aura. Aura. No. This tall one. Yes. No. Yes. The yellow ball. It's aura. Aura. Yes.
So that's but that's not the soul. That's just the energy.
No. Aura and soul, it's different. But I'm just talking. No.
Okay. And so what are these ETs do? What do they do? Why would they want to extract people's auras or souls? Is that for like avatars?
That's a question. I don't know. I mean, soul. They try to create some sort of, I don't know what, some sort of different soldier type thing. But aura, I don't know. I mean, at least for me, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, particular reason, I don't know. Okay, but you know,
he's got the laser at his throat too, which is like a stylus. And is that how they're extracting the soul? Is out of the throat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird.
Believe me that it is.
Yeah, I don't like them, and they have slave camps off world that I've seen.
Sorry, which one?
The Zetas have taken the humans. It looked like they were human slave camps off planet.
Well, I had one individual come up to me recently. He said he was put into a cyborg body for 100 years, in which the body he didn't even have to sleep, and he was kept as a slave. So I guess theoretically they could extract these souls and put them into cyborgs, and use them as slaves and sell them up. And I think that's at least part of the secret space program. They want to cull the human population and keep us as slaves. And he also mentioned they were going to certain like plane crashes or train crashes or I guess car crashes, so on, accidents, and extracting the souls right after they die.
Yeah, but technically that's the story, and that's the perfect, how can I say that, connection between this drawing, if you want to call it this way, and the unplanned, I mean, it looks like, or it should look like unplanned crash in Wisconsin. In technically, it was small, very small airport in the middle of nowhere, and it was very bad. The airport itself, it was in very, very bad condition, small airport, and the weather condition was bad, and this is it. People were 21 how can I say that, without the soul, because you know there was no, how can I say that, when they opened the hearts, there was no this 570 Celsius degrees, um, you know, temperature, and there was no vacuum between. I mean, between all those four working spaces in heart. This is it what I'm trying to talk about. Do you know what I mean? So souls were.
You mean like the blood vessels were missing?
No. I'm talking about specific small space between all four working spaces in your heart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that's the bridge between physical body and the soul, and the bridge technically is ghost, and the bridge between the ghost and physical body is this very, very tiny, very small space with vacuum and extremely high temperature.
Who do they suspect took these souls?
No, it's unknown. I mean, like, once you look at those reports, pathology reports, the coroner, right, reports, just unknown, you know.
But does the ACIO know where they are?
I mean, yes, but officially it's unknown. And this is crazy, because those small children, nobody's. And it's like 50, it's like 45, maybe 48. I don't know. I will, give me a second.
So the ship had
Yes, 48 small children age under 12. Yes.
and they were all in boxes that you
No,
recovered?
once again, they are missing. All those bodies are missing.
Oh. Probably
So
another
the
dimension.
ACIO must have been able to see them, though, you said.
No, once again, they are physically missing, okay?
Physically
And we
missing.
don't, and even we don't know where they are. Somebody, respectively, something, someone, something just stole it with no single trace of you know where they are, what's happened to them.
Does anyone know where they came from? Where were they traveling from before they arrived?
And that's the question. There was no single sign of such a flight.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But what do you think? It's crazy. The old school, old style airplane, because how can I say that, officially those airplanes are how can I say that, outdated. They how can I say that, they shouldn't be in the service for more than 20 years. 20, give me a second. 1993. Last flight was in 1993. They were banned in all the countries. I'm talking about Western provinciation, so on. I'm talking like, you know, Western, like US, Canada, Western Europe, Australia, New Zealand, you know. So it's crazy, and just like that, out of nowhere. And the style of clothing, like second half of 70s, style of clothing of people, it's so weird. And personal, you know, the luggage, everything is so weird.
So you said it was like in the 90s. The plane was from the 90s, but the clothing.
No. I'm talking that airplane
Yeah.
was banned from service. It
Oh,
was
okay. So what was the type of plane it was?
It was some sort of Boeing, weird Boeing, like old school Boeing, very old school Boeing. I don't know.
That's funny because I heard something like that. I think recently, past couple weeks.
What?
The Boeing airplane.
What? But what happened to this Boeing? Tell me.
I'm trying to remember. I might have saw the crash, but
Just tell me what.
I don't fully remember. I just have a faint memory of it. Maybe I got mind wiped or something, but I remember hearing Boeing, and I knew it was a Boeing. And
Just tell me what happened. Respectively, what?
It looks like a fire. I see it just go down, and there's a fire, but it's not a normal fire. More like a gas fire. You know, kind of bluish.
I mean, it's not okay, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird, very weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think I'm feeling that it was a secret transport too. Like no one was supposed to know about it, even whatever dimension or a timeline they were supposed to be in. It was secretive at that.
Maybe you are right. Maybe you are right. Yeah. Yes. Maybe you are right. Yes. Okay, I got it finally, because it was so, how can I say that, like, so famous, and I know that it was replaced by 747 Jumbo. It was very like old school 707 first help me, Air Force One, and it was replaced by 747. So 707. Okay, I got it. So it's very old airplane. I got it. Okay, I got it. I mean, I am looking through the report, and you cannot get everything. It's like, it's no chance.
I can almost see the captain. The captain looked like there was an anomaly. Like maybe they did a time slip or something, or I don't know if it was intentional or not intentional. But he saw something weird. That was the reason for the crash.
So this is very weird.
But the ones that took them don't look like grays. They look like some kind of other creature. They're eaters of something. Like
Isn't this weird? Everything of this is so weird.
Dark. They might be those crustacean things.
I'm just telling you, it's so crazy.
Yeah, those lobster things that you were talking about, which were the
this crab station thing. That's weird. That's weird, because technically I am looking now through the report, and okay, I got it finally. Holy crap, that's so weird. That's so weird, because okay, the man, he was a cooker in 3 Michelin star restaurant, and his wife, he was manager of the hotel, and there is recipe about this. This is not coincidence. We talked about in your show. This is what's wrong with those animals? So they are
They're
connected
eating
some.
something. They were eating. I saw them eating something, and they're not
This
very
is
big.
this is definitely not a coincidence.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are LPs of BGs and something like that. So it is like in the edge of 1970s and 1980s or something like that. But how it is possible that they appeared here in, like, 40 years after they should, like, be flighted? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. They are two cycles, two 20-year cycles. That makes a lot of sense. Do you know what I mean? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. There is
That's creepy.
Because there is no flight plan for such airplane. There is no reason to. Okay, that makes sense. But this is very creepy.
But the guy was wearing a hat, like as if he was he was equipped to.
Yeah, in the kitchen. Yeah, in the kitchen.
No, he was wearing, like, when he was on the plane, he had like as if he was supposed to be, flying a plane. It was like a uniform almost.
No, I'm talking about this cooker.
The cooker, okay.
And the second one, he's okay. This head, okay, because he's a co-pilot. Okay,
yeah, he looked like a pilot, but he might not have been a
well,
pilot.
I'm talking about these photographs. That are you serious? This is definitely not possible, because we have our own source, and those are the army reporters, specific army. I don't know. I can't believe that. 1978 special report to DARPA. Oh, I don't know. DARPA. When somewhere is DARPA involved, I don't like it. I definitely don't like it. You know that I don't like. Crap.
Yeah.
I don't like DARPA. Jesus, I don't like DARPA. You know that I don't like DARPA. I don't like DARPA. You know that. So okay. I mean, it's not okay, but
it's not. No, this is getting very, very dark, very dark. Right
when
now.
somewhere is involved DARPA, I don't like DARPA. So it's very highly classified investigation, and it's like it's times. Everything it's times. The cars, the wearings. I'm talking about, like, uniforms. What the heck is going on here? And there, because it is like, like specific documentation. That's crazy. I don't. No, I don't like.
There's some bloodline people that were there. That's what they pulled them away. There had some, I don't know, a group of them that were bloodline of some sort.
I don't know, but I just want to tell you
that
I definitely don't like this. Well, that's crazy. I don't like it. This is crazy. I don't like it. I just don't want to tell you. I don't like it. No. Because technically, I just get all the stuff, like, it's fresh. It's very fresh. And now I can finally see the video, because there were only, photos. There is a video. It's typical it's with its typical quality, like, like approximately 40 years ago. Everything is like different perspectives, because you can't move cameras in this time. You know what I'm talking about. They are too big, too heavy, and holy crap, that's crazy.
So that means a problem for us here when something like that happens there.
Yes, definitely,
happens here.
because they are still using this 20 years gap technology. This is crazy.
Yep. So
This is crazy. But what's happening in this airplane? That's
they wanted their
that's the
souls
question.
for
I
this.
don't know. I don't know. Maybe they were transporting something something different for them. I don't know.
Well, that gas fire that I saw, I don't know what that was all about. It looked different. It was almost
I
like
don't know. I don't know. I'm just
vapors. It
telling
was like
to you that
vapors.
yes, this is crazy. Holy crap. This is absolutely crazy. Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be bad for something.
I don't think so. I mean, real deal. Because once we will pass out, it will be not so bad. Holy crap. Okay. So I think that we are pretty much out of time.
Yeah, we're at the 2.5 hour mark. So there's still more questions, and we didn't even get to Ralph's questions. I feel bad about that. But I guess
But we will do it. We will do it next time.
Yeah, so
Right.
I guess we're going to try to do this once a month, and then I do want to mention that Jessica, she brings Peter onto her show, and then I guess for now anyway, it looks like that I'm going to help participate in that.
Yes.
As a co-host, which so you can also post your questions over at your YouTube channel. You want to mention what your YouTube channel is?
Sure, it's under Jessica Ariel Morocco, and then you'll see the show in particular is called Disclosures, and it shows that Peter and I are doing the show together, co-hosting, but we'll include James in that. And so we had a really great interview that is already posted because it's audio only. We're not as sophisticated as James yet. So
Or don't have as much time as me. I don't know. Right now, it doesn't seem like I have much time. Go ahead.
Yeah, but anyhow, so there's topics that we covered some topics there, and then some topics here. So if you want to hear the 2-day interview sessions, marathon interviews that we did with Peter, you could hear it on my station as well as on James.
Yes, that's true.
Thank you, Jessica. And of course, your website is what?
www.readingsbyariel.com, and that's ARAEL, and YouTube's Jessica Ariel Morocco. You'll see the Andronicus transmissions, lots of different shows, but the one you want to look for is Disclosures.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you. And of course, Peter, does the ACIO, I know we've already asked this question. Does the ACIO have a website? The answer is
nope.
Even though the Wingmate website is not ACIO. But
nope, you are right. It is not.
Okay. But so apparently you guys are not going to have a website for quite some time. I guess that you haven't got approval yet. But with the new MIB movie coming out, so I mean,
yes, that's true. Our crazy ass experiences will be there. It will be so crazy, believe me.
And so
you will enjoy that, believe me.
And the Division 6 of the ACIO is the Men in Black. So do you think they'll actually mention the ACIO in that movie?
I think not, but it's pretty much the same, and you will enjoy that, believe me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Of course, that movie comes out in June of 2019. So anyway, again, my website is supersoldiertalk.com and also neologicaltech.com to support the work I do. So I'm getting a little tired trying to remember. Oh, and also subscribe, drink the mint tea. I still drink my mint tea, although I do flavor it. I had some other stuff to mine, but it is essentially it's mint tea mostly. And other than that, oh, and I guess your website is peter-insider.com, but I guess that one's in your native language of what, Slovakian? Is that?
Yeah, you are right.
So you might have to use Google Translate. But other than that, I guess people don't really have a way of contacting you, Peter, because I know you're not doing your sessions anymore. You were pulling.
Yes, I don't. Yeah.
You think that'll ever get started up again?
I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe not. But I don't have time for this.
Do you have an assistant that could assist?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. So there you have it, everybody. Thank you for listening in, and thank you, listeners, for sticking with us for 2.5 hours. And thank you, Jessica and Peter. And until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Please consider supporting Super Soldier Talk by purchasing your own Neo Meditation device. Your Neo Meditation device will help you reduce stress, integrate trauma, enhance intuition, enhance clairvoyance, and enhance creativity. Get yours now at www.neologicaltech.com.